Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to all. Welcome to our 22nd session of webinar series Leaders of Enterprise LOE, brought to you by Faculty of Engineering, Universiti Teknologi Malaysia, Johor Bahru. We are initiating the university industry collaboration to have a platform with our industry to share their thoughts and experience. We are now streaming live from the Faculty of Engineering Facebook page. My name is Libriati Zardasti, Senior Lecturer from School of Civil Engineering, Faculty of Engineering, will be your host for today's session. We are very grateful to have our speaker, Encik Muhammad Nazmi bin Muhammad Ali Napiah, the Custodian for Pipeline Integrity, the Group Technical Authority and the Head of Pipeline Engineering of the Group Technical Solutions, Project Delivery and Technology PETRONAS. Assalamualaikum, Cik Nazmi.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi, Dr. Lee. And
Hi, welcome back after 1 year. This is our second session. Alhamdulillah. So thank you for accepting our invitation. So it is our privilege to have you with us today. So before I hand over the session to you, so let me read your biography to introduce you to our viewers. So Encik Muhammad Nazmi graduated with Bachelor of Science in Petroleum Engineering from University of Wyoming, USA. He has started his career as Executive Pipeline under Transmission Operation Division, TOD, now known as Gas Transportation and Regasification Division, PETRONAS Gas Berhad, PGB. He has since been delivering optimal engineering solutions for key pipeline projects and initiatives, including his appointment as Principal for Pipeline Integrity, Head of Pipeline TOD PGB in October 2008. So subsequently, he was appointed as Custodian, Pipeline Integrity Group Technical Authority GTS in August 2012. He is instrumental in hands-on and diverse operation and project management in oil and gas industry, in particular offshore and onshore pipelines. His focus on pipeline design and integrity management system as well as key business performance. On professional front, he's the Vice Chairman of Malaysia ISO Standard Technical Committee 67, Pipeline Transportation since 2015, and leader of Study Group 3 of International Gas Union IGU Transmission Committee in Triennium 2015-2018. Within PETRONAS, he's the Chairman of Technology Readiness Level Committee 3, Transport and Material, and recently appointed as Advisor of Skill Group 11, Civil Structure and Pipeline. He's been active delivering technical papers worldwide on various topics concerning pipeline integrity, operation and maintenance. So that's the short introduction of Encik Nazmi, and I believe the audience are awaiting for your sharing now. So without further ado, I hand over this session to you to share your experience and knowledge with us on the topic of does inventionless oil and gas pipeline asset realizable? So now over to you, Cik Nazmi.
Thank you very much, Dr. Lee. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Very good morning to all. Selamat sejahtera. As mentioned by Dr. Lee, my sharing or talk today is with regard to thus the interventionless oil and gas pipeline asset realizable. So first of all, in Malaysia, as we speak now in our oil and gas industry, pipelines are used to transport the oil, gas, water, or full well stream, hydrocarbon, crude oil, dry and wet gas condensate, water, sales gas, and petroleum products throughout the business value chain. So as you can see in the slide, right from the upstream downward to the end customers. In 2020, PETRONAS pipelines transported approximately 2,209 kilo barrel of oil equivalent per day of crude oil, condensate, and natural gas. Little bit less than 2,000 million scuff of sales gas, and around 24 million ton of ethane, propane, and butane, of which it translated to PETRONAS revenue of 122.9 billion out of the products that you see on the slide, of which equivalent to 69% of PETRONAS revenue. So I would like to reiterate here that the pipeline system in PETRONAS play a very, very, very important role to PETRONAS as well as to Malaysia economy. A bit of the fundamentals of pipelines. Basically, pipeline system, it is designed, it is constructed, it is operated and maintained to manage risk subjected from threats that you can see on the slide. We have several threats. We have the external mechanical damage. It can come from various from, for example, dent, gouges. We also have threat of external and internal corrosions, geohazards, construction anomalies or construction defects, some third party in terms of theft or sabotage, and human error or operator error. So those are the threats that any pipeline system should be designed to cater, to address, constructed, operated, and maintained throughout of the pipeline system life. And to sustain the safety, the efficiency, the integrity, reliability of pipeline system, commonly operators like PETRONAS employ what we call a pipeline integrity management system, of which it is inclusive of monitoring critical parameters, for example, the pressure, the temperature, the quality of the hydrocarbon, putting in inspections or carrying out inspections, performing maintenance, and performing and executing repairs and rehabilitation if required. On the slide, I put several examples of inspections. On my left-hand side, you can see there a tool at the top. We call it intelligent pigging or inline inspections. Basically, we put in this tool or this instrument or the equipment inside the pipeline, and it will provide us, the operator, what sort of defects or anomalies that the pipeline has. In the middle, it is a remote operated vehicle or ROV inspection for subsea or offshore pipelines to inspect free spanning along the subsea pipeline, to also inspect and monitor the level of cathodic protection for the subsea pipeline. And the far right is the schematic or the equipment used to repair pipeline, subsea pipeline, and down right aerial surveillance for onshore or on-land pipeline via helicopter, and down left of which a people or a human being conducting the cathodic protection survey for onshore pipeline. So these are some of the inspections of the maintenance repairs conducted both for offshore and onshore pipelines. The key question here, or as well as the key opportunity here, is can the inspections, maintenance, and repairs for pipeline system be interventionless while sustaining alert risk? That is the question. That would be an opportunity for oil and gas pipeline operators. In other words, are there any opportunity for the industry to move away or greatly reduce dependency on human, on machineries, physical equipment, while at the same time sustaining the safety, efficiency, and integrity, reliability of pipeline systems? And in PETRONAS, we are leveraging, as we speak now, we are leveraging on the IR 4.0 revolutions or technologies in order for us to go interventionless while again sustaining the risk. We're talking about leveraging on big data, autonomous robotics, digital twin applications, integration of systems, IoT, of course, augmented reality, advanced material, additive manufacturing, in our case, self-healing materials, and definitely the cloud computing. All these things, we are hoping that, inshallah, by 2030, we will go interventionless. And in that journey, the risk of the pipeline remains alert at all time. And we are also looking into opportunity to reduce some of our operating as well as capital project expenditures, inshallah. What you can see on the slide or on the screen is our award-winning IPMS, or Integrated Pipeline Integrity Assurance Solutions. We call it IPMS. We got the digital solution category from the Malaysia Technology Excellence Award for IPMS. IPMS basically integrates the primary, secondary, and tertiary systems in PETRONAS, and it provides a one-stop center in managing our pipeline integrity for offshore and onshore pipelines. You can see on the screen there our PETRONAS Digital Sdn Bhd representative, the CEO, and the heads. They represented PETRONAS in accepting those awards. And you also can see on the right hand side some write-ups on the IPMS that we had won early this year. Here it also a testament of actually collaborative efforts of many parts in our organizations in creating value and improving the efficiency of our work processes. The system, the IPM system, manages to increase the process cycle efficiency of pipeline integrity management up to 67%. And at the same time, it is also aimed and already realized 50 million ringgit of value creation in terms of inspection maintenance savings in PETRONAS for our pipeline system. We are also pursuing robotics, autonomous, and advanced material, especially self-healing, as I mentioned earlier. Technologies to eliminate, again, human interventions, thus minimizing risk to human, eliminating or minimizing utilization of machineries, vessels, and at the same time, we also have the opportunity to reduce CO2 emissions by utilizing these technologies. Because we know that we need to also play our part in the sustainable development, in particular, like I mentioned, reducing the carbon emissions. In our estimates, by implementing these technologies, it will reduce up to 5,000 tons of CO2 equivalent in the next 5 to 10 years. Again, here, we also have the opportunity to bring down our OPEX and CAPEX costs compared to the traditional I&M technologies, of which heavily dependent on human and machineries and equipments. For managing corrosion and flow assurance issues, we developed an online real-time acoustic sensor, what we call it ALRAD. And we also leverage on existing proven technology. In this slide, as what I can share is the sensor, the ALRAD sensor on the left-hand sides. And on my right-hand side are the Bahru ring technology. PETRONAS, we have more than 20 unpiggable onshore pipelines that require close attention in terms of managing its integrity. And together with local universities, UTM, UTP, we developed the ALRAD technology. ALRAD is short for ultra long range acoustic technology. Later on, inshallah, the ALRAD system will be scaled up for offshore pipeline risers application as well. The Bahru ring, at the moment as we speak now, those two Bahru rings are being tested, being verified, being validated at our offshore pipelines in order to manage flow assurance, wax especially, as well as internal corrosion issue. And Alhamdulillah, the results are promising. And in the area of big data, in the area of analytics, simulation, our focus is more towards predictive analytics and digital twin. We are working internally as well as with local universities in developing predictive analytics capabilities for critical pipeline threats, corrosion, internal, external corrosions, third-party intrusion, geohazard, and free spanning. Our ultimate aim and aspiration in using the big data, the analytics, the digital twins is to replace or as an alternative to conducting inspections. We know that it is kind of a tall order, but we strongly believe with huge historical data that we have now in PETRONAS for our pipelines, we could achieve zero inspection or very less inspections via these big data analytics applications or area, inshallah. As presented on the screen, on the slide, those are the solutions or software that we have developed. On my left-hand side is PRANCOR. PRANCOR stands for Predictive Analytics for Corrosion, external, internal corrosion. In the middle is PRANSPAN, Predictive Analytics for free spanning for offshore pipelines. And the right-hand side is the PRAN Third Geo, Predictive Analytics for third-party and geohazards. Now that I've talked about or shared about all those initiatives that already had been developed and under development for PETRONAS, the answer to the topic or to the question initially, yes, inshallah, we can realize the intervention list while sustaining ALAP risk. Amidst, of course, few challenges here and there that we need to address throughout our journey. And what say you, industry player, industry stakeholders? With that, last slide. Thank you, Universiti Teknologi Malaysia Civil Engineering Department. And thank you all. Inshallah, if you have any questions or clarification or feedback, I will very obliged to answer or to take it, inshallah. Thank you very much. Dr. Lee, over to you.
Alright, thank you Encik Nazmi for the informative and simple yet easy to understand sharing session. And I believe the viewers would like to have your thoughts on several issues which may be related or not related. Is it okay Encik Nazmi?
Yeah, boleh. InsyaAllah boleh.
Right.
Can I hear?
Yeah, sure, please. We have.
You.
Right now, I think I open the question and answer session. So I welcome the audience to put your question in the Facebook chat box, or if you are watching this session via YouTube, you can also chat on the chat session. Since we are now waiting for the question, but I myself also have prepared one question for you. But this is a common question between academy or the industry and the university collaboration. In your opinion, Encik Nazmi, kan, how can we academician to convince the industry to collaborate with us, and what should we do so that our research can can persuade the industry to have a collaboration with the academician?
Thank you, Dr. Lip. Saya rasa soalan tu memang is a evergreen punya soalan.
Yep.
Yeah, I can tell you this. Now in PETRONAS, we are having the PETRONAS working backwards methodology under our
Uh-huh.
innovation engine. So
Right.
we get Amazon
Mm-hmm.
to share with us, collaborate with us in
Okay.
making the organization more innovative. So
All right.
I like to share you this one thing. The interesting part of the Amazon working backward methodology, of which now we implement
Mm-hmm.
it and we call it PETRONAS working backward methodology with some minor refinement, is first of all, we need to get the inputs of the end customers.
Mm. End user, right?
End users. For example, katakan you are thinking of doing R&D, contohlah kan, in my area is pipeline, in
Yeah.
pipeline inspection methodology. You have new idea, very innovative inspection methodology or inspection technology, or basically real-time online monitoring of
Mm-hmm.
pipeline.
Mm-hmm.
So before you even mature
Mm-hmm.
your idea, to start working on it, first thing first, get the end customers'
That's
thoughts and feedback.
feedback. Yeah.
Yeah, that will be very,
Right.
very key, Dr. Lip. That will be
Mm.
very, very key. Even in PETRONAS now, that is the key thing.
Uh-huh.
We need to develop a customer-centric solutions.
Okay.
Sama
Mm-hmm.
jugalah. I would say it applies as well to academicians or to universities in
Yeah.
terms of your R&D.
Yep. Right. So that's a way lah.
Yeah,
In order to have the win-win situation, kan?
yeah, betul,
Yep.
betul.
So so
Correct.
currently, what are the current project that Cik Nazmi handle now? I mean, the current, because now we are towards interventionless.
Yeah.
So what are the difference before you are working face to face, and if you have problem you go to site. So what are the different now? What
Okay.
are the things that changes in your daily work?
Okay. Daily. Okay. Kalau daily work, for example,
Uh-huh.
kalau daily work, for example, we in at the center we are in the group technical solutions.
Yep.
One of the things that we do, we provide or we do technical assurance.
Uh-huh.
You can.
Hmm.
Previously, when we do the technical assurance, we are required to be at site, right?
Yep.
To be at site, to do the interview, to see the facilities, the equipment.
Yep. Yep.
But now, the other blessings in disguise with
Yep.
this COVID
I agree
19
with that.
endemic situation,
Yep.
we are moving into um, greatly utilizing technologies. For example,
Hmm.
kita pakai apa nama tu di what you call that thing tu, Dr. Lee?
Ni ke face mask what?
Not face
No,
mask.
no. Sorry.
Not face mask. Apa nama tu? The augmented reality.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, augmented
AR,
reality.
AR.
Yeah, AI. So AR.
AR,
Uh,
AI,
yeah,
both.
despite kalau previously the
Mm-hmm.
whole team 10, 15 people
Yep.
go to the site. Now 1 or 2 people only utilizing that technology.
Okay.
Something like that, and that is what we are doing now lah.
Yalah.
In terms of day to day. But there are a lot of shared earlier. There
Yep.
are a lot of technologies already developed, solutions already
Mm-hmm.
developed, and will be developed, inshallah. Again, to get the interventional state,
All
inshallah.
right. Okay. Then, but there is a must be an issue for with the, how you can convince the validity, the verification of the result between previous and current practice. Macam,
Oh, macam mana tu, Dr.
maksudnya,
Lim? Can you please?
Kalau if we go to the site and then we have the
Yeah,
exact, you can verify the result directly. But in
yeah,
terms of you use AR,
yeah.
how can you convince that the result that you get is reliable?
Okay. I would say that when we send the minimal manning to site, we send, but we send minimal manning to site. That
Aha,
minimal manning to that minimal manning that we send are the experts,
aha. Okay.
and the expert provide back the data, the information to
Mm-hmm.
the rest of the experts at the office or at the center to
Yes, yes.
look, yeah, to
That
analyze and to evaluate.
Yelah, itu baru macam kata apa, you can have an ease at heart lah kan. Rasa
Yeah,
lega kan.
yeah,
Right,
yeah.
Dr. Nazmi, we have some more question from Dr. Lim Kasing. I think okay, Cik Nazmi masih kenal.
No, yes,
Okay.
totally.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah,
Dr.
dah
Lim
kenal.
Kasing. So,
Yeah, yeah.
soalannya adalah, the question is, he has two questions. So far, the first question is, so far, does PETRONAS have any solutions to predict or ensure the long-term integrity of repair pipeline, especially those composite repair pipeline? That is number one. And number two, does PETRONAS include earthquake as one of the factors to consider in the integrity management system?
Okay.
Right.
Thank you, Dr. Lim Kasing, for the questions. Great questions, by the way. The first one, yes, we do. We have recently developed what we call CORIMS. CORIMS stands for Composite Repair Integrity Management System.
Mm-hmm.
So it encompasses risk-based integrity management or risk-based inspection for composite repair. It also encompasses the predictive analytics, i.e. imaging analytics for the defects of composite repair. And we also moving into ascertaining the long-term integrity of that composite repair system. So in the nutshell, we look into risk of that repair system now and beyond. We look into predicting via image analytics of that repair system, and by that image analytics, we know that the repair system having certain kind of defects or anomalies, and with that we can assess and predict the long-term integrity or the remaining life, so to speak, of that composite repair. That is for the question number one. And your question number two, earthquake, yes, definitely earthquake is one of the loadings that we consider during design, kan? And then moving towards operation maintenance, how we handle it, and integrity management, how do we tackle it in terms of inspection or monitoring, managing the risk, as well as putting correct mitigations to address it moving towards in the future. Totally.
Okay, thank you. It's very clear, right? So I think PETRONAS are the technology that PETRONAS implementing considering all the possible factors in order to counterback the issues the current issues. So we have another question from Encik Muhammad Nazri Muhammad Mokri. The question is, could you please further elaborate for the safety issues associated with this technology?
With what? Which technology? What technology?
I believe this technology. I think he is referring to the technology that you explained just now.
In my sharing, or which one? In my sharing?
I think you were saying. I think it related, but it related with the IPMS, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Yep. All right. If in particular the IPMS, actually, again, like I mentioned earlier, IPMS is in one-stop center of how we manage the integrity of the pipeline system.
Yep.
So in IPMS, it has all the capabilities and functionalities of, for instance, the data, the big data, the database, the data harvest, the ability to evaluate, assess risk, to do fitness for service assessments for various anomalies, various defects, and recommending repair plans or rehabilitation plans. The IPMS also have the capability of descriptive analytics, predictive analytics, and moving forward into prescriptive analytics. In particular, if you talk about IPMS, if I can say one thing from the safety perspective is, my view, the data that we are putting into IPMS, the data, it needs to be correct, accurate, and validated. And we are depending on human, to harvest the data into IPMS, as well as from the sensors on the pipelines that automatically providing the data into IPMS.
Yep. So both what you call it, manual and automatic data collection consider. All right.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, we have another question from Dr. Sabri from I believe it is from UMP. Okay. So thanks, Mr. Nazmi, for the explanation. And then he asking about, does PETRONAS have a method to detect external corrosion for underground pipeline inland? I believe onshore, I believe.
Okay. Yes, we do. Actually, we are using both the industry's technologies, the intelligent pigging or the inline inspection. We are also have developed the ULRAD sensors and ULRAD technology together with UTM, UTP, as I mentioned earlier, and those are for internal external corrosion as well. In short, yes, we do.
Okay. Yep. Dr. Zabri can contact us, Reza from UTM, to collaborate in the future, insyaAllah. Okay. Sempat lagi. Okay, we have another question from Miss Vanessa Sally, right? And Cik Nazmi, thank you. The question is, what is your thought on the use of GIS techniques, specifically for safety management?
All right. Our IPMS system is integrated with PERIGIS, PETRONAS GIS system.
Okay.
And by having GIS integrated into IPMS, it definitely helps us. For instance, locating the accurately locating the defects or anomalies that require intervention or require repair.
Hmm.
One of the one of the what you call functionality of GIS integrated into the IPM system.
Mm-hmm.
But there are a lot more uh, GIS application, for instance, apa nama ni, in terms of designing or selecting route of pipeline system,
Mm-hmm.
uh, uh, something like that, and I think much more, and yes, I would see that GIS plays an important role in asset integrity, not only pipeline.
Yep.
Talking about here, the plant,
Yep.
platforms,
Mm-hmm.
apa namanya, floating structure. Yeah.
Okay, nice. It is good to know that, right? Maybe after this, kita gonna go into that research with the future. Okay, inshallah. So we have another question, Cik Nazmi, from Mr. Muhammad Dini Muhaimin. Okay. He is asking about, may I know how PETRONAS is implementing new technologies, but at the same time complying with the current standards and code of practice.
Okay. Again, a very, very well, good question. In PETRONAS, when we about to implement or utilize a technology from outside, we evaluate the technology first.
Mm-hmm.
We evaluate the technology and we award certain technology readiness level, TRL.
Mm-hmm.
In general, if we evaluate any technology from the industry, we can only use technology that has reached TRL 6 or 7
Mm.
by our definition.
Yep.
And our definition is more or less same as the industry definition of TRL 6 and 7.
Alright.
So by doing that TRL evaluation, coupled with we call it technology risk assessment,
Mm-hmm.
and by doing that, we know the TRL, we would know the risk of applying the technology in our facilities. Therefore, we can manage, safety risks or technical risks.
Yep.
Inshallah, yeah.
So because this is a high risk industry, so of course this is number one that PETRONAS will look into, right? So I think, Cik Nazmi, that is the final question, and it is a very fruitful discussion with this session, and I have lots of questions, and you have also, we have still time to answer the question, but now I think there is no more. So I think I would thank you for your answer and explanation. If you have your final words, Cik Nazmi, for the audience, maybe?
I would say my not final words lah. I would like to yeah. You know what? I would like to ask the stakeholders
Mm-hmm.
that watching or that will be watching the apa nama tu, the recording,
Yes.
be it from academics
Mm-hmm.
or from the industries
Yep.
or even from the regulatory.
Mm-hmm.
We, to us, all the stakeholders, all of you guys are our stakeholders.
Yeah.
We need input. We also need feedback from all stakeholders. We also need collaboration with all stakeholders. So I would say that in the future, I would like to see a very close collaborations lah. You know, the industry, PETRONAS,
Yep.
vendors, contractors, academics, regulators in Malaysia.
In public.
Yeah, and public as well, of course.
Yeah,
And public as well.
of course.
And public as well.
End user, yeah.
Yeah. To propel our oil and gas industry in Malaysia even
Yeah.
further. And of course, we need to always mindful of sustaining the risk, the ALAP risk level of oil and gas facilities, inshallah.
Yeah,
That will be my
inshallah.
words. Dr. Lim, thank you.
Inshallah. Inshallah, Cik Nazmi, thank you for this session. I hope that is a very good take home notes, I think, right, for us to take care of. Actually, this is the thing that we are looking forward, the industrial, the academician, working together to suit the needs of the public, as we also are part of the public as well lah.
Yeah.
So I think that's all, Cik Nazmi. I hope the viewers have a fruitful and informative mind-opening morning session with you today. So I thank all the viewers. Also thank Cik Nazmi for this, for joining us and accepting our invitation for this session. So please not to worry, like Cik Nazmi said, this is recorded. You can replay this session anytime you like. It's only 47 minutes. And it's very short and concise session. So till then, I think I end this session with Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and all the best to all. Take care and be safe. See you again, Cik Nazmi. Assalamualaikum. Bye bye.
Thank you very much, Dr. Lim. Thank you very much all.